Did have a story I was going to tell you, but I got another story first. Guess what? I spilt some milk, but I know not to cry. Okay, so this story is when I was 9 years old. Right now, sorry, my mother and father were working class. They worked in factories. My father was a butcher. My mother worked in a cheese factory. They were uneducated people. They weren't really into music. I love music. I love music all my life, and I still love music. And anyway, so that they didn't really read books, but I was a big bookworm, right? I found school too simple, too easy. It's like I'd all learnt it before. I used to always get in trouble because it was just boring to me, so I'd stir the other kids up, right, to make it a bit more entertaining. So anyway, I'd come home, and also my sister wasn't born then. She was born when I was 15. There was a gap. My brother was 18 months younger than me. He wasn't a reader too. He was more of a sports player. So there was no need to have books really. The only books in the house were mine and what my grandfather gave me, like old National Geographics, which I lapped up, and other very unusual books he had. So anyway, I come home and opened the laundry door because no one was there, and sitting on the washing machine was this black book with gold writing, and it said on it, "Flying Saucers from the Moon." And I picked it up and I thought, I wonder where this come from. And it had a particular strange smell to it, and I opened it and it had nothing in it about who published it, where it come from. You know, usually books have a international publishing number, so you can go and look it up on like the New York catalogue of books, but this had none of that. So I read this book and it was amazing. There were stories in there that have never been published anywhere else. No one else has ever, I've never heard them. Right, they sound like, a lot of it sound like it was CIA reports. There were so many UFO abductions around the area where I grew up. It was just crazy, all these stories. But I don't know where they come from. I believe the book was given to me to open my mind to everything, to let me know that things as a child I was wondering were real. Now, I read this book with these amazing stories. I had Men in Black stories, and I have seen Men in Black. It's no joke, I have seen them. And anyway, I read it, and I left it by my bed and it vanished. I asked my parents, they said they never knew anything about it. Mum said, no, I went in your room and cleaned it, I didn't see a book there. So that book vanished. So there's an unusual story, and I think that's the only reason I can think this happened to me.